Hello everyone, this is Ashley from Ashley's Creations, and I'm here today with another card video. We're going to make a card together. I've been kind of on a roll lately. I've been making a bunch of cards, and I've been in my craft room a lot, and I've been trying to video them, and I've been trying to do a lot more of my own cards lately instead of just copying things. Not that I don't still like casing people's work because it makes it a lot easier, but I'm just trying to do some of my own things. Just so that I feel good about myself. So, I got in a haul from Altenew. I'd never ordered from them before. And I've heard of them before, but I haven't really looked at them until I saw this stamp set. This is the Layered Lily, and Laura Basson had the most amazing card on her blog. She did it for the Altenew release, the new release that they had just about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. She used this stamp on one of her cards, and it was the most beautiful lily. It was so pretty. Like, it just looked so realistic, and I saw that, and I said I had to have that. And so I went on and I was looking at their website, and I found a couple other stamp sets that I had to have. So I have an Altenew haul that I have to film as well, but I'll probably post that one before I post this one. But, so I am going to film that, but I wanted to go ahead and make a card with you because I got to work on this. I had this for about a week before I actually got a chance to play with it, but I opened it today and I started playing around, seeing what kind of color combinations I can make out of it. I looked on Pinterest and on Instagram to see, what kind of colors I could see with lilies, just to see what lilies actually looked like. And I found some really cool color combinations here that I really like. But I decided to go ahead and use these colors here. Now it's kind of dark in my craft room right now because it's about 10 o'clock at night and there's no light anymore, and the lighting in my room is really bad. But so these are the colors that I choose, and I love this one in the middle. I love it. I saw a bunch of lilies that had the yellow and pink mixed together, and so I really wanted to incorporate that into my card. So let's get started. I have a 3 3/4 by 5-inch base here because we're going to layer it onto some berry sorbet cardstock. So I'm going to start with the largest flower, and I'm going to take my first color combination. I'm going to start with Summer Sunrise, paper tray ink, and I'm just going to stamp it down here. I'm going to clean off my stamp right after I do that because I'm going to stamp it again in other colors later. I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, then I'm going to take the second layer, and I'm going to use Hibiscus Burst. And I just took off the bottom of my stamp pad. My arm is reaching through the tripod, guys. It's kind of awkward, so. And this is really easy to line up. So I stamped that one with Hibiscus Burst. You can already see how pretty that's looking. And then I'm going to stamp the third layer with Raspberry Fizz. I'm going to clean that off. And then the last 2 layers, I'm going to use Pure Poppy. And there's 2 different stamps here to these last 2 layers. I'm doing both in the same color. There's a little inner piece and then the little stamen piece, I guess is what it's called. I'm going to stamp it this way. I guess you could stamp it either way. Okay, so that's the first flower done. Now we're going to go ahead and mask off this flower. And I'm just going to use this mask that I use here using the Inkadinkadoo stamping mask paper. I cut it and I'm already getting ink on my fingers, guys. That's probably when I did my card before. I'm going to wipe my fingers off. transfer it to my card. Okay, so I stamped it on the mask paper and then just cut it out right next to it. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down. Now we're going to take the biggest flower again, and I'm going to do I'm going to redo all these layers. So this time I'm going to take Sweet Blush. I'm going to do Sweet Blush up here. Okay, and I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to use Lavender Moon. These are all paper tray ink colors, by the way, because I know I'm not really showing them on the camera. I'm going to stamp this flower down here. Okay, and I'm going to put that away. I'm going to do the second layer, so I'm going to do Hibiscus Burst. So the top layer is going to be Hibiscus Burst. The top flower, I'm sorry. Look how pretty that is. I just love it, guys. And then I'm going to use Winter Wisteria. For the purple flower. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the third layer. For the pink one, I'm going to use Raspberry Fizz. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my husband is watching Big Bang Theory downstairs. If you hear that in the background. Okay, so that's the third layer for that one. And then for the purple, I'm going to use Plum Pudding. Okay, and then for the last two layers, I'm going to use Scarlet Jewel for the top. And then okay, so there's that one, and then for the purple one we're going to use Royal Velvet. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see all of it. Okay, so there's those. Now I'm going to work on the leaves. And I have two more masks here, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them on so I can do the leaves. Just to make it faster so I don't have to switch the masks around. And because I'm going to need them later anyway. Oops, I didn't peel off the masking paper for this one yet. Okay, so I'm peeling off the masking paper and putting it on. Okay, I'm getting my fingers really inky here. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the, what are they called, the leaves. And I'm going to use the solid layer. I'm going to use Simply Chartreuse. And I'm going to put a leaf. I'll do this one first. I'm going to put a leaf up here. I'm going to put a leaf down here. And I'm going to put 2 leaves down here. Here's 1. And here's 2. Okay. The next layer, I'm going to use New Leaf. So I'm just going to line that up here. I love these stamps, you guys. These are just beautiful. I can't even get over how gorgeous this stamp set is. Okay, and then for the last layer, I am going to use Ripe Avocado. Okay. Now before I take those other masks off, what I'm going to do is actually mask these 2 leaves down here. And we're going to put a background in. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to bring in my Misty. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment. Just to make sure that I leave space for it. You guys, while I was creating this, my desk was a giant mess. It was really bad. Okay, so I have my sentiment on there already. I put it on already. But I think I want to move it over just a tiny bit. I think I want it like right there. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my put my magnets on. Okay, I'm going to take my Versamark and I'm going to zoom this out so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my Versamark and I'm going to ink up my stamp. And it says thanks for all you do, and it is from the Layered Lily stamp set. And I should have used my embossing bag on that because I am embossing, but I forgot, but that's okay. Okay. So I'm going to move that aside because we don't need that right now. And we're going to put some black embossing powder on here. Make sure we have the whole sentiment covered. And again, you should use your embossing buddy when you're doing this. But I forgot mine, and as you guys can see, I am smearing ink all over the background. So it's a good thing that we're going to be covering the background. Oops, I lost a mask. That's not good. That is really bad. Okay, I'm going to put this aside now that I have black embossing powder all over my desk. I'm being really messy apparently today. Just gonna clean that up. My fingers. a good thing to do. I'm going to take my embossing tool, and I'm just going to let it warm up real quick. I'm going to get an angle where you guys can see it on the video too. You can see that's embossed. I really like that thing. I like the stamp. I like how that looks. I really like that. Okay, then I'm gonna pull this back in. Now, on the other card that I made, I used Soft Sky from Stampin' Up! To ink the background, but I thought it was a little too gray. So if you look at my card here, it's really gray. So I wanted to try something that was a little more blue. So I thought I would try a distress ink. So I pulled out Tumbled Glass, and we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully it looks good. Oops, and my one flower has moved a little bit, so I'm gonna move it back. I'll do this side anyway. Okay, so we're gonna start back here. And my masks are really not sticking very well. Okay, and I think the Tumbled Glass will look better just because it's more blue. As opposed to gray. Once you use these masks, they don't seem to last for very long. A little more down there. Okay, then I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna take this mask and I'm gonna move it over here. Pulling the color on. I'm going to come around to this side. I'm going to do over here in this corner, just because I want to kind of do around the whole thing, except for the sentiment. Okay, I'm going to take this mask and, not that one, I'm going to take this other one, put this over here, so I can cover up this side. Okay, I'm almost done. I think it's starting to look really good. Okay, I think that I'm going to put a little bit more up here. Okay, and I think that'll be good. So let's go ahead and peel off all those masks. And I think I like that blue a lot better. Okay, so there's the front. You can still kind of see some of the ink here, so I'm just going to go over there a little bit better with blue. Okay, now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie some, I think this is paper tray ink, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm going to tie some baker's twine around here. Because I love how pretty the card is, but it's very plain to me. Like, I don't really like one layer cards. So I'm going to take and I'm going to wrap my twine around 3 times. And I just lost my twine. It fell down off my desk. That's okay. I'm just trying to put this where I like it. I'm moving it down some so it's not so high up. Okay, and I'm going to tie a bow. Okay. Now I'm going to fix my bow. I don't like big bows or big tails. I'm going to pull those down some so that they're smaller. Okay, and then I'm going to take my scissors and cut the ends off. Okay, and then before I put the jewels on, I'm going to go ahead and put this to the front of the card. I'm going to just put the twine where I want it. I don't want it to cross like that, so I'm going to fix that. Okay, so I'm going to use my tape runner. I'm going to run that along the back of the card, including the bottom. I'm going to layer it onto a 4x5 1/4 piece of Berry Sorbet from Paper Tray Ink. Now I didn't use this color in I didn't use that ink color, but I thought that it kind of matched the color that the orange flower made. So I have an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to fold it in half and use my bone folder to burnish it. And then I'm going to put that on the front here. And I really like the way that the black pops. Okay, and then I'm going to take these, the basic rhinestones from Stampin' Up. I'm just going to use my finger because I can. I'm going to put a rhinestone in the middle of each flower. It's stuck on me. Okay, there's one. There's 2. And then I'm going to stick the 3rd one down there. Okay, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to put one of the big ones. Okay, I didn't get the one with glue, so I'm going to put the big one there. I'm going to take a medium-sized one. Gonna put it up here, and then one of the little ones. And put it in here to make a triangle. Okay, so that's the front. And really quickly, we're gonna make the inside. I have another 3 3/4 by 5 inch cardstock piece. I'm going to stamp the flower one more time. So I'm going to use Summer Sunrise again. Okay, we're going to stamp that. Do the second layer in Hibiscus Burst. Okay, there's the second layer. The third layer is going to be Raspberry Fizz, but I'm not quite sure what is on my desk. Raspberry Fizz. Okay, and then the last layer, those two little pieces we're going to do in the Pure Poppy. Okay, and then I'm going to mask that. I'm just going to use this one right here. And we're going to put a leaf down here at the bottom. So I'm going to pull out my Simply Chartreuse. Oops, I moved my mask. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to get my new leaf. Line that up. And the last layer is the ripe avocado layer. It's already on my block here. Okay, and then for the inside sentiment, I am going to use my embossing buddy this time since I forgot last time. And I am going to use my Versamark again. And I'm going to use a sentiment from Tucked In Thank You by Dawn McVeigh from Paper Tree Ink. Okay, and I'm going to use the black embossing powder again. So it says, your kindness means the world to me, and I just wanted to make sure that you know how grateful I am. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I did stamp it a little crooked, but that just means it's homemade. Okay, and then I'm going to take my heat gun. Heat it up. I do not have the best heat gun. Just FYI. It takes forever. Okay, so I got that whole thing. So we're going to move the embossing powder out of the way. And we are going to add this to the card, and then we'll be done. Well, actually, we're going to add it to another berry sorbet layer. Sorry, guys, I bumped the camera. And then I'm going to add the berry sorbet layer to the inside of the card. And we are all done with this card. So here it is. Thanks for everything, using the new layered lily stamp set from Altenew. I like this blue a lot better than the other blue. What do you guys think? And then here is the inside. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I am going camping with my family, so you won't see me for a couple days. So thank you for watching again, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.